Hello, friends. Welcome to all of you for this Global Women Empowerment Sessions 2020. I'm Sri Lakshmi from UK, practicing this meditation from the past 12 years, spreading and teaching this meditation in UK from the past 7 years. Today we have Shima from Spain. She will be speaking about how to awaken the power within your heart and transform your life. Such an amazing topic she has chosen. Friends, as the World Health Organization says, health is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well being, not just the absence of disease or illness. Almost universally, historical teachings advised us to listen to guidance of our heart. As Rumi said, there is a candle in your heart. There is a candle in your heart ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul ready to be filled. So, friends, it is very important to connect with our heart space. Those who are in touch with their own heart intelligence are more suited to be beneficial part of society, which leads to taking action to make the world a better place. People who have achieved coherence are able to have a more positive impact in greater society. When we shift into a state of coherence, we will find ourselves relying in our heart intuitive guidance to help us find peace and harmony within ourselves. This is called heart-based living. So before starting off our session, let's meditate for 2 minutes by connecting with all the goddesses' energies. So I request everyone to please close your eyes and start to focus on your normal and natural breath. Meditation is all about calming our mind, my dear friends. Just start to focus on your normal and natural breath. Breath always happens in this present moment. It is the most powerful body, mind, and soul connection. Now, let's invite all the divine goddesses' energies, angels, archangels, and all the higher beings of love and light, and all the divine feminine masters in this universe. Connect with them, feel their presence, experience their energies, my dear friends. Let each and every cell, every part in your body be completely filled with the divine healing energies from all these divine beings. Now, let's send and radiate this love and compassion energies to all the beings on this planet Earth. May all the living beings on this planet Earth live happy, healthy, and peaceful. Now gently place your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and you can slowly open your eyes, my dear friends. Thank you so much. Friends, under the guidance of our master Brahmarshi Patriji, we have started this triple one days of global goddess meditation circle with triple one feminine masters across the globe. This goddess circle is created to create the global collective grid and to help to raise the collective consciousness on this planet Earth. So today we have with us Shima. She's a heart intelligent facilitator, passionate entrepreneur, executive and business coach. And she's also life empowerment coach. She's the author of the book called The Power Within Your Heart and founder of coaching and mindfulness academy called Infinite Love. She had helped many people with cancer to heal their bodies and witness outstanding results, my dear friends. Shima has more than 15 years of experience in international business development, organizational, and individual consulting. She speaks English, Spanish, German, and Persian very fluently. She has traveled more than 180 days a year for the past 15 years and lived in 16 different countries and 3 continents. She is also expertised in various healing modalities like NLP, mindset training, relationship coaching, mindfulness, psychology, and quantum physics. Today, she will take us through a journey of self actualization and share with us the latest scientific discoveries of Heart Math Institute. Shima, we welcome you. Over to you.
Hello, dear Shri. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here and sharing and spreading your light and love to the planet. And thank you. I'm very pleased to be here and sending my love to all you, dear friends and family. And I may every word that we share today in this small talk may nourish your mind, body, and spirit. So, shall I start with the presentation and explanation? I have you.
Yes, Shima. 1 second. I'll be sharing. Meanwhile you can introduce yourself. I'll be sharing in a second.
Okay, so a little bit about me. Thank you so much for great introduction, Shri. I think you have said already and covered a lot of part of my life and where I'm coming from and what I'm doing. And you know that there is a very interesting time we are living in. Is a time of extreme changes. We are all invited to challenge ourselves to a big challenge, to bring into practice everything that we have learned up to today. So I see it as a golden opportunity, actually. Despite all what is going out there, we have a golden opportunity to bring into practice everything that we know, everything that we learned up to today. Lockdown situation was a great opportunity for me to finally draft the book and start to sit and write the book, which part of it is power within your heart, but the main book called Infinite Love, Infinite Realm of Possibilities. That's the ideology and philosophy that I have reached after many years of seeking for the truth. My question always was, how can I create peace in the world? This was always in the background of my head, and I wasn't conscious about it. You know, something that you have in your mind, you think that everybody else is thinking the same and everybody else have the same issue and questions. Until the pandemic situation, and I started to write the book, I asked myself, why do I really want to write this book? What is my big why to draft this information and bring it all together in one book? And normally, as a coach, I ask the person for their traumatic childhood memories in order to understand the big why beyond everything and every mission that they have in their life. I considered myself always a very lucky child, being grown with loving parents that they They did everything for us to grow us in love and care and great support. So being a coach and working with many people every day, I was always considering myself very lucky and have beautiful memories from my childhood. Until I started to write the book and ask myself, so what is the first traumatic childhood memory that I have? And it was difficult to find out until I realized we have such a selective memory that we put so many things that we have had in the past into the very far subconscious storage to not have access to that, to doesn't interfere with our today life. So when I ask myself, what is my biggest childhood traumatic memory, I remember that I was born during the war between Iran and Iraq in Tehran. And the first couple of years of my upbringing is actually under the bomb. And my first childhood memories are conflict, war, crisis, murder, horror, terror, and all this kind of stuff. So this made me to think and have it always in my mind, how can I create a change in the world, and how can I establish peace, and how can I really be a pillar to this change. So many ideas come to my mind when I was upbringing, when I was growing, and I studied many different things since I was 14 years old, from philosophy, theology, quantum physics, psychology, and different cultures, literature, history, a lot of different things to build up my philosophy of life. And when I become familiar with the work of great Persian poet, the 13th century Rumi, as the result of a miraculous trip that was completely unplanned and took me to Konya in southern Turkey, where Rumi is buried now, I started to have this connection with infinite love as the philosophy I follow today, the unconditional love, as he is famous as the prophet of unconditional love. And he has an amazing saying that he says, yesterday I was clever and I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise and I'm changing myself. That became the guideline of my philosophy, and I started to work on myself and see if by changing myself, I can create a change in the world. My search for the truth continued, and until in 2007, I come across the presentation, the seminar of Greg Braden, the great scientist, who had the seminar in Milano and shared the teachings of HeartMath Institute. HeartMath Institute is a research center, non-benefit organization that studied the science of the heart for the past 30 years. And they have done great job, and their work offers formula, real scientific formula for creating peace in the world. So today we are going to look at it and see, first of all, how did they discover that formula and how does it work? But that formula is a confirmation of what Rumi said in 13th century. If you want to change the world, change yourself. Exactly such as Gandhi said, become the change you want to see in the world. So let's learn together the power we have within our heart. Before I start the presentation, I have a question for you. What is your main taskmaster in your body? What is your body's main taskmaster? If the answer to this question is brain, you are not alone. Because this is at least what we have been taught at the school. No, the brain is the main taskmaster and managing the whole body and is sending the information constantly to other organs of the body. If this is the truth, then why, when someone dies and when someone goes to coma and has a brain death, the heart starts continue and still is beating? What is the reason? if there is no more connection to the brain because the brain died, how the heart continue to beat in coma? And you can see people in coma for many years, such as if the heart is deciding independently than the brain, isn't it? So another question, if the brain is the main taskmaster of the body, why is that the first organ that is developed in the utero 6 weeks approximately after the conception is the heart, is not the brain? So when the first beat of the heart, the first pulsation of the heart starts in the fetal development in the utero, the rest organs of the body start to develop and start to grow, right? So following these questions, after the heart transplants that 30 years ago, scientists realized that heart transplants are amazing. When people receive a new heart, they experience a shift in their personality, in their habits, and even in their sexual orientation. This is amazing. So these cases has been published in several books. One of these books called A Change of Heart, a memoir by Claire Sylvia. She is explaining in this book, after the heart transplant in 1988, she started to have craving for foods that she never liked before, such as chicken nuggets from KFC brand and green pepper. After her investigation and find the family of the donor, she realized the man whose heart is in her body now, he was in love with KFC chicken nuggets and green peppers. Another event was documented in the book Heart's Code by Dr. Paul Pearsall, and he's explaining the story of an 8-year-old girl who received the heart from a girl 2 years older. Right after the transplant, she started having vivid dreams and nightmares of being chased and murdered. So they referred her to psychiatrists, and they found out that actually the descriptions of the nightmares is more than the bizarre side effect of a heart transplant, is describing a real life memory, a real life event. So they started to search, and they find out actually that there was a murdery in the area that was unsolved. They contacted the police, described everything that she had seen in her dreams, and eventually the murderer has been arrested, convicted to assault and murder of the 10-year-old girl whose heart is in the heart of this 8-year-old girl. So when we realize the heart actually keeps the memories and can transfer these traumatic memories from one body to another body, then we know what a power is inside our heart, what a powerful organ we have inside our bodies. And following this, the scientists, they discovered 40,000 neurons in the heart that they think, act, and decide independently than the brain. Dr. Andrew Armour is the scientist of the University of Montreal, who is the doctor who discovered heart little brain. They called this little neurons, 40,000 neurons that they think, act, and decide independently than the brain, heart little brain. So what is the function of the little brain in the heart? It's detecting the changes in our chemicals in the body and communicate it to the brain by converting the language of the body, which is chemistry, to the language of the nervous system, which is electricity. It's quite amazing. So until today, we were thinking that the brain is receiving all the information and communicating to the body. Now we know that actually heart is receiving those information and communicating it to the brain. And then it's sending the signals to the brain to act accordingly, to release specific hormones. Whether you are in a stressful situation, you need cortisol, adrenaline to fight or flee, or you are in a relaxed and peaceful situation to focus on immune system. So this is very interesting, and these are the discoveries of over 30 years. And I am wondering why this is not the topic of the mainstream. Why today still, when you go to the doctors, they don't know about it. Why nobody talks about it? Because that is vital for your personal well-being. And further on, we will explain what is the function of these neurons also, and the communication between them and your brain on your social well-being, and what is the effect on our global well-being. So heart's little brain function, as I explained, is to detect these changes within the body, such as the changes in the level of the hormones and chemicals, and communicate it to the brain. And so the recent discoveries of HeartMath Institute shows that stressful situations such as frustration and exhaustion leads to increased disorder in the higher centers of the brain. This is then reflected in the heart rhythm, in the HRV, heart rate variability, and then it's affecting the entire body. So it's amazing. Your emotions, what you feel in your heart, affects the health in your entire body. So the key role of the heart brain is to provide the heart-based wisdom knowledge called heart intelligence, and promoting intentional state of deep intuition. So, conclusion, the heart little brain has been found to function in two ways. First, it can act independently in order to think, learn, and remember, or even sense our inner worlds and outer worlds on its own. And secondly, it can also act in concert with cranial brain and give us the benefit of a single potent neural network shared by the two separate organs. It is amazing. So the question is, how can we influence the communication between our heart and our brain to create harmony between these two organs? Creating coherence or harmony between the heart and the brain is called by HeartMath Institute coherence. Coherence is a cooperative alignment between the heart, mind, and emotion. So what is coherence? Cooperative alignment between your heart, your mind, and your emotion. It can be measured by looking at your heart rhythm, HRV. And actually, HeartMath Institute, they develop a device and an application that you can install on your mobile and connect this device to your ear or to your finger. And you can start to practice heart coherence technique, what we are going to share with you now. And you can measure on a live session the level of your coherence. It's amazing. So before we learn why, how can we create the coherence between our heart and our brain, let's have a look to the benefits of creating coherence between our heart and our brain. Health benefits of heart coherence. First, a reduced level of cortisol, something that many people are dealing with, right? Stress hormone. A boosted immune system. Today, it's more important than any other time to boost our immune system. A boosted level of energy. How many of you are dealing with lack of energy? An enhanced nervous system. Improved digestive system. A release of the anti-aging hormone. Who doesn't want to become young? And improved quality of sleep. Apart of these ones, once you learn how to create heart coherence, then you will experience an enhanced level of focus and concentration, an improvement in learning, an improvement in problem-solving skills. Most important than all the benefits that we shared with you until now is the ability to create resilience in the time of adversity. Today, we are facing the extreme. Seems like things are changing so fast and new norms is coming and updating every single day, and the old norms, they don't find any more place to live, and we have to be really quick to adapt ourselves. So if we don't learn how to create resilience, it can be very harmful for our health. And this is a great technique to learn how to create resilience and be able to overcome difficulties in the adversity and in current situation. Okay? So now we know what are the benefits of creating coherence between our heart and our brain. Let's learn together a very simple two-step techniques to create coherence between your heart and your brain. Okay, are you ready? Let's do it. So this is 2 steps, and I just explain you first, then we will practice it together, okay? The first step is to bring your focus on the area of your heart, shifting your mental focus instead of being in your head to bring it to the area of the center of your chest in your heart. You can do that simply just by tapping on your heart or just putting your hands in Namaste position in the center of your heart. So right now, by this simple act, you focus your attention to your heart area. And now start to breathe deeply and slowly. Inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 6. Okay, so slow down your breathing rhythm. And the next step is to activate a positive feeling, a sincere feeling such as gratitude, tenderness, compassion, care, love can help you to create coherence between your heart and your brain. It's changing the HRV and it shows a different rhythm in your heart. Okay, so let's practice this together. Place your hand in your heart and close your eyes. Shift your attention to your heart area and start to breathe for a count of 5. And exhale for a count of 6. Inhale into your heart for a count of 5. Exhale from your heart for a count of 6. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, focus on gratitude. Create the feeling of gratitude in your heart. Say thanks to your heart to be there, beating for you 24/7 without any rest. And give thanks to yourself to dedicate yourself this time. To take a great step towards a brighter future. And now allow this feeling of gratitude fill up all over your body and the space around you. Now you can open your eyes. That was just a simple exercise. It's two-step, very simple, very easy. You can do it at any given moment. You are in traffic jam, you are in a complicated conversation, in a discussion, somewhere that you really feel that you need to protect yourself. Immediately focus your attention on your heart, slow down your breathing, and, and create a feeling of gratitude, compassion, or care for a loving person or a pet. Okay? So, um, the feeling, regenerative feeling of gratitude or of happiness, of peace, is actually the result of being in your heart, of bringing your attention to your inner world. This is called inwardness, antarmukha. When the mind that is subtle goes out through the brain and the sense of organs, the gross names and forms appears. When it stays in the heart, the names and forms disappears. Not letting the mind going out, but retaining in the heart, it's called inwardness, antarmukha. Letting the mind go out of the heart and is known as externalization, bahirmukha. When the mind stays in the heart, the I, which is the source of all thought, will go, and the self, which ever exists, will shine. And that is your power. That's a power I am talking about. The moment you bring your attention inward and you let and allow your thought to rest in the ocean of your heart. This has been shared in the book Who Am I by Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. I heartily recommend you to get this book. It's a very, very small book, only have 7-8 pages, but completely transformative. So, now this question comes maybe to your mind, what does it mean being in the heart, and shall I neglect my brain? Shall I tell, okay, I'm not listening to my brain anymore and I'm just only in my heart, I'm following my heart? No, my dear, being in the heart does not mean to forget the brain and underestimating the ability of the brain or ignore it completely. It means to activate your heart center deliberately as your main receptor to send intentional signals to your brain to guide your steps in life, instead of being the result of autopilot decisions that has been taken on your behalf in your brain. Brain is on autopilot mode. Scientific discovery shows that 90 to 97% of the decisions we are taking throughout the day has been taken 6 to 7 seconds before we even become aware of it. So that's why it's important to bring your attention to your heart. Dr. Childress, the founder of HeartMath Institute, says the heart serves as a key access point through which information originating in the higher dimensional structures is coupled into the physical human system, including our DNA, and that states of heart coherence generated through experiencing heartfelt positive emotion increase this coupling. So there is a study done by HeartMath Institute. If you go to heartmath.org, you can search there the DNA study. You can change your DNA by creating coherence in your heart and creating regenerative feeling. It is amazing. I don't want to go deep into that. There is a course that I will later share the link with you where we will follow up and we will explain all this information. But just know that you are so powerful that just by creating a regenerative emotion and focusing on positive emotion, you can even reprogram your DNA. And this has been shared by scientists. That's why Rumi says, there is a candle within your heart ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul ready to be filled. You feel it, don't you? That is exactly the key access that you have from this dimension to another dimension. So let's have a look on accessing the intelligence of the heart, tapping into the intuition of our heart on our social well-being. The heart produces an electromagnetic field 360 degrees around our body that scientists can measure it up to 7 feet, around 2 meters around your body. This electromagnetic field carrying the information about our emotional states. It mirrors to the world what you feel inside. So it's very important to be aware that what you feel inside your heart, it's actually shared in the space around your body. That is the reason when you meet a person who is sad or who is tense, you immediately get the vibration. Because your heart electromagnetic field is tuning into the electromagnetic field of the other person, receiving the signals and is sending it to your brain. So you are sharing your emotion not only with yourself, but with the world around you. So every person has electromagnetic field that, by the way, doesn't stop in 2 meters. We can measure it today up to 2 meters. The scientists believe that it can be carried like waves of the ocean to the other side of the planet, and is affecting the electromagnetic field of the planet Earth. So you are affecting and interacting through your emotions to the electromagnetic field of every other being, including the electromagnetic field of the Earth. This is very interesting and important to learn. Electromagnetic field of the heart, our thoughts and emotions, affects the heart's magnetic field, which energetically affects those in our environment, whether or not we are aware of it. So it is critically important to make use of positive emotions, which can then be projected outward. By developing a healthy personal coherence, we can grow it to a social and then global coherence, which means that we can scientifically conclude that each and every one of us can do our part in making the world a better place. Isn't it amazing how much power you have inside your heart? And you have been completely misguided to focus on your brain, to focus on the narrative of your mind and forget a powerful being you are. Shams, if you don't know him, he was the spiritual teacher of Rumi from the 13th century. He has 40 rules, and I would recommend you to go and search on internet and read those rules. Are mind-blowing, the philosophy of life covered by Shams. He explains the universe is one being. Everything and everyone is interconnected through an invisible web of stories. Whether we are aware of it or not, we are all in a silent conversation. This has been told in 13th century, where Max Planck discovered it in 1994, right now. Through quantum physics, we know that we are all interconnected, and this interconnectivity explains us how the heart electromagnetic field is affecting the the area around us, and our planet. So it's important to know, when you watch constantly negative news and you are bombarded with all those things that are going wrong in the world, you are creating fear, insecurity, your vibration is low, your heart rhythm is out of balance, you are damaging your own health, you are damaging your immunity, and you're affecting and contributing to the global field of the scarcity and fear and anxiety and all what is going on. So let's have a look at the scientific discoveries about the gut feeling. As mentioned before, we have an electromagnetic field around our heart that we can measure it in the scientific settings. So you always experience this, I'm sure you have this experience as well, of telepathy, right? Telepathic communication. Sometimes you think about somebody, you want to call, you take the phone, and the person is on the other line of the phone, isn't it? Or sometimes you dream of someone, and the day after you receive an email from an old contact that you haven't met for many years. This shows the connection that we have all to each other. And the moment you think about that person, you're sending the signals to that person, and you're creating telepathic communication to that person, which quantum physics explains this very well, which I don't want to get into that topic now, but we want to get to the gut feeling. How is it that we can, we have been always told to listen to your gut, to listen to your intuition. And is that something that is based on science, or is just something that has no scientific evidence? So, HeartMath Institute, they made a scientific study, and they brought 30 practitioners, and they showed them 30 different pictures. Sorry, they brought 26 practitioners, and they showed them 30 different pictures, which were calm, and 15 pictures which were emotionally arousing pictures. So these practitioners are connected to the devices, and they are measuring their heart rhythm. And they realize that every time that the picture before they see the picture, the next picture is an emotionally arousing picture of a terror, horror, or something bad, the heart rhythm of the person, of the practitioner, changed. They come to the conclusion that heart is involved in the processing and decoding of intuitive information, and that the heart is constantly scanning the future. And this is the scientific evidence that actually we have intuition, we are intuitive being, and we can connect, we can see the future, we can know about the future beforehand. And that's why they explain the first 3 seconds when you meet someone, you have the most correct interpretation about that person. And when we talk about 3 seconds, is not 3 minutes. It's just before you go to the analyze in your mind and thinking about, okay, this person, what is their outfit, how is their appearance, how is their accent or whatsoever, right? Before that, the first 3 seconds you meet someone, you have the best impression, the most reliable impression that you need to trust on, because your heart electromagnetic field is mirroring their vibration to you. And that's the most reliable source to listen to your gut feeling. We will learn later on, not in this session, but if you want to learn, you can just visit my website, and we have courses to teach how to tap into the intuition of your heart and harness the power of your intuition in order to improve your social relationships. So now we are going to move forward to our global well-being. What is the benefit of tapping into the intuition of our heart in our global well-being? We explain the health benefit. We explain the social well-being. I'm just telling everything on a very, very quick and let's say intensive session, because I want to provide as much as possible, and hope you go full hand out of this session and you learn something. So from the global well-being, as we mentioned before, our thoughts and emotion affects the heart electromagnetic field, which energetically affects those people on our environment. And our attitudes, emotions, and intentions are not limited to the space inside our bodies, but they are also affecting the mental and emotional state to others. So you are affecting the humans, the animals, the plants, everything. More than 600 scientific published studies conducted at over 200 universities and research centers in 30 countries approved that when a large group of people meditate on reducing the crime and establishment of the peace, they can massively interact and affect the reduction rate of the crime, and they can influence to create peace in the world. So it's very important to know, specifically if you want to know the number, was 21% they achieved to drop the death number and the crime rate, and 70% the death number. I don't want to go too much through the scientific studies and the statistics. All this information are available on HeartMath Institute. You can research more or just join our future courses and understand more. But that is important to know. When you get together with other people and you meditate and put your focus on creating peace, you are actually creating peace and affecting on the global well-being. So what is the formula for peace? This is very interesting for me, at least. And if you're living in conditions that you were born in similar conditions, that your main worry is to create peace in the world, this is amazing scientific discovery that shows when the square root of 1% of population meditate at the same time for peace, they affect together a field of total number of the population of that country. So if you want to create peace and affect the crime rate in your country, calculate the square root of the total number of the population. And that's a number of the people you need to invite to join you at a specific time. You don't need to be all in the same place. It can be all over the world. You can just join at a specific time, 15-minute meditate on peace, and you can see the amazing effect on this great work. So we are at the end of the presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are ready, we can have now a quick meditation on creating peace. So sit back and relax. And close your eyes. Start to breathe deeply and slowly. Imagine a beautiful shining light is coming down through your head, relaxing your head, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your jaw muscles, and relaxing your neck. As you continue to breathe deeply and slowly, see this loving energy going down through your shoulders, Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your hand and your fingers. With next inhalation, send this loving energy to your spine. Relax your spine. Relax your back muscles. And relax your pelvis area. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly. Allow this divine light to enter the area of your chest. Relax your chest. Relax your stomach. Relax your legs, your knees, and your feet. Your entire body is completely relaxed now. Imagine a beautiful globe of pink light in the center of your chest, vibrating unconditional love in the area of your heart, raising the vibration of your body and expand this energy in the space around your body. As you breathe deeply and slowly, see this beautiful loving energy expand to the room, filling up the room you are sitting in and extending to the building and going out to the sky, filling up the entire space of your city. See the faces of every person in your city, receiving your loving energy in their heart and having a smile of gratitude on their face. And open your heart and send this energy to everyone and everything in your country. Every human, animal, birds, butterflies, mountains, oceans. See this beautiful pink loving energy going all over the world, reaching the heart of every being. And see the smile on their face when they receive your loving energy in their heart. And open your heart to receive their energy back. See the connection, millions of connection opens right here, right now, from the chest and the heart of every individual, sending their unconditional love and support to you. Open your heart, take a deep breath, and receive this immense energy into your heart. Feel your vibration is shifting. Bring a beautiful smile on your face and feel gratitude. Be grateful of who you are, for your contribution today to the world. Knowing your heart that today you take a beautiful step to create a peaceful, loving world. Having this feeling in your heart, vibrating in gratitude, joy, and compassion, bring your hand in the center of your chest in Namaste position, feeling deeply grateful, joyful, and happy. Whenever you are ready, slowly open your eyes.
Thank you so much, Shima. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much for sharing. And what you said is true because,
Thank you, dear.
yes, personal coherence leads to social coherence, and social coherence leads to global coherence. What a beautiful sentence it is. Thank you so much for sharing beautiful insights about it, about this heart science. Thank you so much, Shima. And we
Thank you so much for helping me with the slides. And I would like to apologize here from our audience that the slides because um, I asked Shiri to help me with sharing the slides, and sometimes I apologize if it was not exactly aligned because we haven't done this before together to practice it. And sorry, I should have shared it myself. But you did a great job, Shiri. Thank you so much. Thank you
not a
for
problem.
following through.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
yes, when we shift our state of coherence, definitely when we get aligned with our heart, we can create the global peace and harmony on this planet Earth. Thank you so much for sharing this
That
heart-based.
is important.
Thank you so much for
And
sharing.
and sorry if it was a little bit intense because normally in 1 hour session we only share the personal coherence, but I find this opportunity to share with you all how important and how powerful you are and how important your emotions are in creating a better world. So it was intense, but any question you may have, you just can go to my website, and we have courses prepared to help you to actually harness the power of your heart and access your heart intelligence.
Yes, definitely we'll go through your website, and your story is so inspiring. Thank you so much for inspiring so many people with your sessions and workshops.
Thank
And
you so much, Shri. That's a pleasure and that's an honor for me.
yes. Thank you so much, friends, for utilizing these sessions, and please share it with your friends and family. And once again, thank you, Shima, and thank you, everyone. Yes, let's connect.
Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your time with us. And thank you so much, dear Sherry, for this amazing opportunity. God bless you all.
Yes. Friends, let's connect tomorrow in one more session with one more master. Until then, signing off. Bye. Yes. Bye, Shima.
Bye.